You are now tuning in to Stay to the Point Radio on WFBS 98.1.
Where you from, little mama? Where you back? Where you back? Yeah, we certified. Go check the list.
I made macaroni and cheese, like baked macaroni and cheese, and made some fried chicken and green beans for dinner.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? This is Stay to the Point Radio on WFBS 98.1, and I am your host, Siah.
And y'all know me, Sherri. I'm here.
And we are Stay to the Point guys. As you can see, we both practically just waking up. We were just talking about this trip going from Virginia to Florida and how we never going to do it again. I know I'm not. I was telling Sherri just recently that I'm about to head to Florida for Christmas time. And I'm excited. You know what I'm saying? I get to see my parents, my sister, my brother-in-law, my niece and nephew. But I'm taking a plane. I'm going to go ahead and spend that $1,100 on it. I'm not driving from Texas to Florida 18 hours. I'm just not doing it. Sherri said that she did that type of ride, 13 hours, you said? By yourself?
It was like 16 hours. So
16 hours. Yeah, no, I'm not.
16 hours by myself. It was devastating. And I drove straight. I didn't stop and stay the night nowhere.
Oh, no. How? No. You had obviously you made some road stops, took in some Red Bulls and shit. And
well, obviously, but I'm saying I didn't like stop and stay the night anywhere.
Right.
Like that.
Oh, you were determined.
I was on a mission.
Oh, shit. Yo, you should have recorded that whole trip, yo. And then every time you think you about to drive again, just put that shit on so it could change your mind.
Facts. I really don't need the reminder. I'm good. I can barely do, it's crazy because that was just a couple of years ago, but I can barely do like 5 hours without feeling like I'm going to kill somebody at the end of the trip because I just drove to Tennessee like a few weeks ago, and that was a miserable drive to me. It was like, how long was that drive? 7 hours, 7 hours. And I was like, no, this is unacceptable. No. It was not okay.
No, it's not okay. And honestly, like, just the thought of just driving so long and dealing with, like, let's just say it's in the summertime. So you're dealing with the heat, okay? No matter how much AC you pumping in the car, you can feel real cool and all that. Just the thought of the sun shining in your face for 16 hours straight. Oh, well, not straight. It can't be straight. I mean, you obviously got nighttime, but still, the fact that you behind the wheel, you sitting in the same seat, your butt is like planted to the seat to the point that
numb, and then your like legs hurt because of just not getting the proper blood circulation.
Yes, no. I could imagine you probably came out like still sitting, like, and then you hit those like you remember Home Alone when homeboy fell off the joint? It was like,
oh, what a hole!
It was one of those shits.
What a hole!
That shit crazy. Nah, but how we got into this conversation is because Sherri don't invite me to shit, right? She's actually setting up a trip with another trip, by the way, because, you know, she's doing her thing. She went overseas like it was nothing. Like it was, she said she was balling on the budget. But when you go into places like Italy and shit like that, that's not balling on the budget. There's no such thing, okay? There isn't, okay? I don't care what the fuck she says.
If you find the right plane tickets on the right airlines and the right Airbnbs or hotels and use discounts and whatnot, it is falling on a budget.
Sure, no problem. All right, so anyways, the cheapest, I guess, you find the little budgets, and the cheapest to you is probably like I go broke to others, okay? So anyways, she went overseas. Now she about to go to Costa Rica, another Caribbean, and didn't invite me to shit. And then she's gonna rub it. She don't even notice she's rubbing it in my face.
I said you could come.
No, you didn't invite me. That's not the that's not the thing. That's not it. That isn't. It's not the. You didn't invite me to say, yo, Ariel, yo, you know, trying to set up this joint. You interested? Whatever. I remember when I was about to go to Virginia. You know, unfortunately that fell through because, you know, I'm trying to make this trip to Florida. Virginia, Florida, Florida. So, so I chose to go to Florida. So, but before then, like 3 months prior, yo, Sherri, yo, I'm about to hit DC. You know, we both from there for a long time. Like, yo, we get to see our friends, our people, whatever.
I said yes.
And you did say yes, but guess what? Guess what I did? I invited you, right? Without even you have to force it. Yo, what? You going to Virginia? Oh, I heard, Ariel, I heard you going to Virginia. You didn't fucking invite me. No. Before I even got to that spot, I automatically said, hey, Sherri, yo, you want to roll with me? Like, it would be so much fun. We get together. We have fun. We have some drinks, whatever, and take it from there. Yeah. You know, no, I don't get that treatment, but it's fine. You know, from a man that maybe.
And I had said yes, and I was gonna go, and I had even like found a couple of like these little things that I wanted to go to network for some other stuff.
Right.
I was gonna make it a whole trip.
And again, like it is postponed, but we are gonna reschedule and we're gonna set up a time where we could do though. And matter of fact, we might even go better. I'm thinking Vegas. Fuego was talking about Vegas. I've been to Vegas for 2 hours. And that was only because it was a delay. It was a plane delay.
Layover.
Yeah, layover. So I was there. I ate a little bit with a friend of mine that lived out there, and I bounced right after and went back home, I believe, because that's when I was doing I was an independent contractor, and I was doing these resetting stores. That shit was pretty fun, but very unsteady. But it was a very great experience. I was in Arizona, took a layover out of Vegas. And it was dope. But anyways, I really want to stay this time, more than 2 hours. So might be setting that up. So
there you go.
Yes.
Just
and I'm inviting you early.
Right. So just
see how that easy. See how easy that was? God damn it. All right. So let's get. Excuse me.
Go. I said you could go.
Yeah. After I forced it.
See, but the difference is like, okay, you're married, so when I invite you, I have to invite Tammy, and I have to consider the kids and all that stuff.
Right. But you know, let me handle that. You feel me? Like,
okay.
Let me handle that. You dig? So like, but yeah. Anyways, we're gonna go ahead and get into the show. You dig? This is State to the Point Radio. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel at State to the Point Radio. Subscribe and then hit that bell button to notify you anytime we drop. We are going to put a hold on the live for a little bit. As you notice, we have been having a lot of issues with the internet, and I always say it, Spectrum is a problem. Do not get Spectrum. Make sure you get anything else but Spectrum, okay? Trying to get better with that. I want to get better systems, get better programming and all that to get y'all the best looking podcast we could get you. So for now on, we are going to be pre-recording. Okay, today is Saturday. We're going to be dropping on Sundays. For here on out, we are going to be dropping on Sunday morning if I could get up. But either or is going to be on Sunday, okay? You know, it's the weekend, and I get my little drinking in. I get my little Crown and Coke. Matter of fact, I need to go pick that up. So, yeah, and as you notice, I usually drinking a beer right now. Did not pick that up either. I started working out, and I lost track of time, but I'm rambling as it is. All right, but anyways, we are going to be dropping every Sunday, so make sure you tune in, hit that. Check it out, view it, share it, repost it, subscribe, and hit that bell button, all right? Shout out to Fuego. Shout out to our gang, first and foremost. Fuego, Chandra, shout out to them. They are doing their thing, making moves. They working hard, busting their ass. You know how it is. So we here. Sherri, what we want to talk about first?
I'm not sure.
You want to get into the sports shit, or we want to get into the man cave? Or you want to hold the man cave for later?
Yeah, we can hold the man cave for later. We can go ahead and start with the sports stuff.
All right, so now we got this new segment that we call Madness with Some Fanatics. I might shorten it up, whatever. I'm messing around with it. I might even separate the show, whatever the case is. But this is our sports section where we talk about sports. Anything from NFL, basketball, no hockey, no golf. Nah, I don't get into that. I'm sorry. But baseball, a little bit of politics and everything around it. So let's get into it. There's been a big story. My man Melo. Melo has been on First Take talking to Stephen A, trying to plead his piece. Everybody's been trashing Melo, saying that he's done. He's a farewell person, that the ship has sailed for him. He's no longer going to be able to come back. Nobody really wants him. Nobody's looking for him. Now, they came out and they said there was an agent that was on an interview, and he was like, man, I think Melo deserves to be playing in the NBA. If anything, he deserves a farewell tour for what he done for the NBA, like a D Wade and a Dirk Nowitzki had done. There's a skit, and I will put on here that skit, or I might not. Either or. You got the gist. Y'all heard it. So to ask you, Sherri, how do you feel about Melo getting a farewell tour? Do you feel like he deserves it?
I think that Carmelo Anthony is a great basketball player, and I also feel like his career could have gone a completely different way. I tell this to everybody. I don't feel like Carmelo played, or his career wasn't to his full potential. I don't know if it has to do with the fact that he came out same time as LeBron, and maybe LeBron got all the shine or whatever, but I do kind of feel like, from what I can remember, because at the time I was working at like Foot Locker, and there was just, I was around it a lot, and I remember that they both, in my opinion, they both got equal. What do you call that?
Chances, I guess, food on the plate.
Yeah. So I just feel like maybe LeBron took a greater advantage of what was in front of him, and maybe the people around LeBron were better for him, marketed him differently. It's kind of like the same story, just slightly different with less crime, like AI. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like his career could have went a completely different way. Like, right. It's not that the potential wasn't there. It's just that he didn't play his cards right. And that's how I feel about Carmelo Anthony. As far as a farewell tour, I don't know. I don't know if, for some people, there's some people out there that just love Carmelo Anthony. And if he would have stayed for majority of his career more so in one place, then maybe so. But it's like, okay, who does this for him? Like, where's that loyalty fall for him?
Right.
It's not like Michael Jordan, where, a lot of the players that get that, they were loyal to a team for a really long time. You know what I mean? Right. So I don't know that Carmelo Anthony falls in that bubble.
Right.
And it's not taken away from who he is as a basketball player. It's just the unfortunate choices that he made during his career, which put him in the place where he is today, where he's of no value to a lot of people, whether it be for age or his ability to come through.
Right.
So I don't know. I don't know. I don't know who makes that call. Like, who's going to celebrate him that way?
And that's why I feel like he doesn't deserve the farewell tour. Due to the fact that, like you said, the cards didn't fall. He didn't play his cards right. And I think he got the worst of the worst, because not only did he not play his cards right, the pieces didn't fall in place either for him. If you think about it, he started in Denver, where he took Denver all the way to the, I believe, the Eastern Conference. No, the Western Conference Finals. Okay. Which they lost. I believe that was with Chauncey Billups. You know what I'm saying? He had some true vets on his squad that time. That's Carmelo with the cornrows guy. Like, right. He just won the national. You know what I'm saying? He just won the national championship with Syracuse not too long ago. He was highly regarded. Besides, LeBron did overshine him. The overhypeness of LeBron kind of overshined him a little bit, but everybody recognized.
LeBron made a brand out of himself.
Correct.
I cannot say that Carmelo Anthony did the same. Now, is Carmelo Anthony a name that everybody knows?
Yeah.
Yes. Is he a brand? I don't think so.
No.
LeBron James is a brand. You understand what I'm saying? He branded himself. He had the right people around him. And with that being said, that's why he is worth what he's worth in the NBA,
Right.
because he made a brand and he built himself inside and outside of the NBA.
True. That's very, very true. And but what made Melo not be noticeable? You understand? Like, what was it? What you think made his? What
It's not
turn
that
did he
he
make?
wasn't noticeable. He did not monopolize when he should have. Like, for instance, when he was at Denver,
Okay.
he was selling jerseys. You saw everybody walking around in Carmelo
True.
Anthony
Yes.
jerseys.
Yes.
You know, he didn't monopolize on that time. Had he monopolized on his career during that time, he may be in a different place than he is right now.
So you feel like it was in Denver? I guess the turn when he got traded to the Knicks was the turn for the worse.
It's the start of it, yes.
Got
Because
it.
even when he got to the Knicks, people were still hopeful. Oh, Melo's in New York, blah blah blah. I don't know.
But this is what I say, why the pieces didn't fall in place with him, and why he didn't play his cards right. Because I think he was a big part of why they did what they did.
Well,
It's
there's
the
that,
Knicks.
but
The
every
Knicks.
ball player,
The Knicks traded everybody to get him. So they traded everybody. If y'all remember, like it was bad. It was a boatload of potential players. They had I forget, it's DG. I forgot my man's name. He was a hell of a shooter. But I gotta go back and I gotta read on it. But anyways, they trade a lot of potential to go get him when he could have easily, after that year, could have just signed with the Knicks, and those pieces still could have been in place. But it was very bad that he went that far into it. It was a great start due to the fact that he was back in New York. You know what I'm saying? Because Syracuse and all that. And he could have amped the Knicks. And I see the potential of him amping the Knicks and turning the Knicks to something that they haven't been since Patrick Ewing and John Starks. And that's relevant. But what happened was he chased the money instead of chasing his game. Instead of perfecting his game. He was
they traded Wilson Chandler, Raymond Felton, Danilo
Gallinari.
Gallinari or whatever,
Yes.
and Timofey Mozgov. Yeah, him.
And the thing about it is too, Gallinari was a hell of a three-point shooter. Wilson Chandler was a big time defender and an offensive player. And the other two guys, they end up being okay. As a matter of fact, Timothy Mozgov ended up going to Cleveland, which they end up winning the championship with LeBron in them. And he was a big X factor to them because he was a big size center that could guard the post. So it was a big deal. I think it was a big deal. I think that's where, but they end up getting Stoudemire, which on a stupid contract. They end up having Jeremy Lin, which came out of nowhere. But when Melo came back,
when they were like real, that was when they were like, it was a big thing. Like, New York was hyped mostly because of Jeremy Lin and the whole Carmelo Anthony, thing. Everybody thought they were going to do like magical things. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I remember that. I remember I had taken a trip to New York, and that's all you saw. And it was like this big Jeremy Lin, and I think Jeremy Lin actually took the shine more so
Yes.
in that whole thing.
Because you remember Carmelo got hurt, and Jeremy Lin was getting shine when Melo was injured at that time.
Right.
And then the question was, can Melo and Jeremy Lin coexist when Melo comes back? And it never did.
Right. Well, and this is kind of like, speaking of present day, this is kind of like, and obviously LeBron's in a whole different stage in his career, because people made this big deal about LeBron going to the Lakers, thinking that he was going to change LA and this and this and that, whatever. He didn't change LA the way that they thought he was from a player standpoint. And then we still have, but he changed LA for who he was able to bring to LA because he was there. So maybe that was LA's plan, the Lakers' plan from the jump. You know what I mean?
Right.
For just to get a name like LeBron there to bring other players there because LeBron really, I mean, to be honest, he's at the end of his career.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be fair here. And I just and so maybe like when I was thinking about it, I was like, maybe that's the reason why they brought LeBron to the Lakers in the first place to draw other people to come there.
Right.
Because outside of Kobe being there, they really haven't had any bigger names to draw people there.
Right.
They haven't. So maybe that was the plan the whole time.
And I agree with that. And I think it's been told. That's why Magic Johnson said what he said. He's like, his main joint was to bring LeBron on, of course. But he was like, he would quit if he's not able to bring another star with it. And I think that was, if you read between the lines, that was the whole point, was to bring another star behind LeBron. It wasn't just to bring LeBron. Obviously, with the young potential that they have, well, what they did have anyways, with the Kuz, the Ingrams, the Alonzo Ball, which I believe, I always, how I feel about Alonzo Ball. I think he's very overhyped. I think because of his dad, because his dad was a hell of a brand maker. I think he's a hell of a promoter. That's all he is. He's a Don King. But the only difference is there's no Mike Tyson by his side.
But with that being said, that's when the Lakers fell for the Hollywood and not the talent.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's when Magic messed up, and that was on his first year as a GM, or as a president, excuse me, was picking up Alonzo because of what a LeVar Ball said. Oh yeah, Lakers are picking him up. He's very overhyped. Not to get old. This has nothing to do with anything, but 2K rated him 79 rating overall. 79.
Well,
and it's
taking 2K out of the equation. You could watch his game regularly, and you could tell he's just not what LA needed. He's not anybody who's going to bring anybody. He's not changing anything, and he's not an A-list ball player. He's not nobody like, oh, I'm going to spend all this money for season tickets to go see him play ball. No, not. Yeah. He's not that guy. He's not a Kobe Bryant. He's not a LeBron James. He's not, that guy.
He's not.
So
not even the potential of being. He's not a Zion Wilkins. I would say the latest Zion. He's no Zion. And Zion, to me personally, he's overhyped. I think
ball players like LeBron and ball players like Kobe, they don't just bring people to the seats. They bring a different level of game to the game, and they bring a certain wisdom to the game too.
Correct.
And Alonzo is not that guy.
No,
he never will be that guy.
Thank you.
So,
and I agree 110%. But to get back to Melo, I think his decision of not going to Miami affected his legacy as well, because it would have been considered. I think, and he talked about that. He said that he was very immature. He was chasing a bag. He literally said that he was chasing a bag. He said, the conversations that him and D Wade and LeBron was speaking on, he said that LeBron and D Wade was like, yo, just take this 3 year. Let's see what can happen these 3 years. And he's like, look, either I pick this 3 years for this much, or I take this 5 years for $100 and some more million, which was really high at that time with the New York Knicks, and he ended up chasing the Knicks. Another person threw out there that he wasn't into, teaming up, making a super team. And honestly, I don't think that's necessarily true. I don't think if that was the case, he wouldn't have went to OKC. If that was the case, he would have not went to Houston. Those are superstars over there. They had PG. They had Westbrook. That was obviously younger in his career with the Miami situation. But still, the fact that now he just realizing chasing a bag wasn't the proper way of doing things, he just admitted it. So it shows that it wasn't about him not playing amongst other superstars. I think it was more because he was selfish. money wise. He thought it was gonna run out. He maybe was afraid that he was gonna get injured and everything was going to disappear. I think he was treating it as he was a running back for an NFL team. Like literally, oh, if I get hurt, I'm done. Like it's gone. Like and I mean, for you to be signed to Jordan Brand, okay, for you to have these endorsements, like you had some great endorsement deals, for you to be a part of a New York market, to now going to Miami, which is no different. It's not like you're going to Minnesota Timberwolves. It's not like you're going to Milwaukee Bucks. You're going to another bigger market. Miami, New York, LA are three of the biggest markets in the United States. What is the problem? You chose not to. You could have won 2 championships, if not 3, if your ass were there. You know? So, okay, I respect the fact you want the competitive side. Cool. I don't like, I love the fact that Kawhi Leonard went to the Clippers. Okay, to get into that. I love it. Oh, nice. I love it. Okay? Because he made a balance towards the NBA. He made a complete, look at it. It's the duel. You got Russell, Harden, you got PG, you got Kawhi, you got LeBron, you got AD. So you got this duel going on, which is dope. I enjoy. I can't wait for the NBA. I love it. But that wasn't the case back then. It wasn't. I mean, you didn't have a Golden State. You had the Spurs, which was a fantastic franchise run by the greatest coach in NBA history. I say it right now. I put a stamp on it. Pop is the greatest coach in NBA history. What's up? You had Tim Duncan, fundamentals. You had Tony Parker, fast as hell, one of the best teardrop shooters in the world. You had Ginobili, the best defender, hell of a shooter. And he could fly for Europeans. None against a European player, but, you know, he could fly. You had a great system over there that was dominating 5 championship rings. That was after a dominant Shaq and Kobe. That was after a Lakers franchise era that was taking over. Like they monster duel. Like nobody could have affected them. Spurs came in and took over right after. And they had a dominant era. And so between that dominant era, you could have been a dominant era with these guys. But no, you chose to go that direction and pick the bag, which a Knicks, by the way, what other player was with him? I wait. There was nobody with him. He knew that he could have won with this team, but he chose to pick the bag. You do not deserve a farewell tour, sir. I'm sorry because of your dumb choices. You didn't even have a signature shirt. You had Russell Westbrook became the main guy for Jordan Brand.
Well, I guess like I'm
just saying.
You know, back to the original question, and to my point. Okay, who's going to do that? Like, who's going to do that? Like, who's going to give him all of that?
The farewell tour?
Yeah.
Shit, I don't know.
That's my point. There is nobody, I don't think, that's going to do that. You know, and right now, like, I'm reading some comments. He's like, you know, he felt like he was fired. I mean, if you felt that way, if the shoe fits, you know, like.
Not blackballed, but fired.
Like, fired, you know.
This is a difference.
You know, he also, when he was on First Take, another one of his comments, it looks like he said he's at peace if his NBA career is over. You know, when I look at Carmelo Anthony, honestly, I felt like his career's been over for a while. You know, it's just that now it's official, you know, or potentially official. Like, I don't see that there's anything that he's done that he could feel like he was blackballed or anything like that, or put on this list of, you know, he's our age or like a year younger, you know. So with that being said, I know how my knees feel when I get up, you know. You know, I'm just saying, you know.
Yeah.
I think that he needs to be at peace with the choices that he's made in his career. Right. I think he needs to be at peace that at the age of 35 years old, he's not as valuable as, per se, somebody that's 10 years younger than him that's right. Putting up better numbers. If somebody is 10 years younger than him putting up better numbers, well, they're going to win basketball games for me. Unfortunately, you're just a name and you didn't do what you could with your name to make you even worth that at this point.
Right.
I mean, the way that people will follow LeBron James is not the same way that people are going to follow Carmelo Anthony.
Right.
And for whatever reason that is, I mean, we could talk about the championships, we can talk about whatever. And I'm not a huge LeBron fan, but facts are facts. You know what I'm saying? And you can't argue with that.
You can't.
And so that's my thing, is like the same thing, even though anybody who knows basketball or anybody with common sense knows that LeBron is in the last couple of years of his career from a physical standpoint for him. So with that being said, like I said, maybe strategically the Lakers was looking at this like, let's bring LeBron over here. LeBron will bring people. Carmelo Anthony is the same age. He's in that same bracket. So with that being said, if anybody did recruit him to their team or bring him over to their team, that would be the reason. And nobody's going to go to a team because Carmelo Anthony's there.
Right.
And not only that, that window has really closed at this point for this upcoming season. So if you're left without a job right now, I would just say you're without a job.
Or just say retirement.
It is what it is. Like, go ahead, retire with some pride, and that's why you have to be that wisdom. Like I said, I mean, Michael Jordan always had Jordans and he had those things that going on for him even when he was playing ball. But like Kobe Bryant and Shaq and all of those other players, they were setting up a life for themselves after basketball. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I don't know if Carmelo Anthony has done that. I mean, I'm sure his money is way longer than mine. But like, what have you done for yourself for after basketball? Because even some of the best basketball players didn't make it far after 35.
Right.
So I mean, like, I guess that's my point. Like,
I got a question.
What?
I got a question for you. Perfect question for you. All right, Melo doesn't deserve a farewell tour. We both agree on that, right? Mm-hmm. What you think about Vince Carter?
Again, another good basketball player that did not play to his potential, and he is so underrated. Oh, I love Vince Carter. I do, and it's like I'm trying not to be biased. I can't answer that question.
I can. And
I just think he brought so much to the game.
Yes.
Vince Carter he's one of those basketball players that made me love watching basketball.
Wow, and slam! Oh, that's a gorgeous alley-oop! No. Vince Carter! Oh my goodness!
Look at Vince Carter.
Oh, what a pass! Jason Kidd to Carter. Vince Carter, there's the posterization he talked about. Lob and slam! Oh, Vince Carter! Carter to the rim! Vince Carter!
You understand what I'm saying? Like, he just brought so much and when he was playing with the Raptors, it made me think about an actual Raptor.
There we go. Right? This is what I want to talk about. This is the difference why I say Vince Carter does deserve a farewell tour versus a Carmelo Anthony deserves a farewell tour. The fact that Vince Carter put Toronto Raptors on the map. Remember, Toronto Raptors was just a new created team that nobody wanted to go to Canada. Wait, hold up. We have all these United States teams here available, okay, guys? Like, who wants to go to Toronto? They had to pick up replacement players to fill these spots up. Now, Toronto ended up winning a #1 pick, I believe. What's the #1 pick, I believe? I don't know if Vince, I gotta Google that. What pick Vince was. But Vince got picked up. He got picked up on a trade, a matter of fact. I believe it was a trade that they did.
Well, that's what happened with Kobe.
Yes, because Kobe went from the Hornets to the Lakers.
Yes, and that was the biggest win for LA financially.
Yes.
That was probably one of the biggest wins for them in the past 20 years.
Facts.
Financially.
Oh, yes. Facts. Because Kobe was rated #1 anyways in the high school department. It's not like they were just shooting a shot. It's not like the Knicks when they got Porzingis. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Carter was originally drafted by Golden State, and he was a 5th overall pick in 1998.
See, there you go. So Raptors picking up Vince Carter, okay, was huge for the Raptors, obviously. And there's a documentary of Drake speaking, some other guys speaking on what Vince Carter did to their lives, to the whole Canada. Like he was called Air Canada. You know what I'm saying? Vince Carter was everything to Canada. Everything. He was a monumental. Like, he needs a statue, and I think he will get it. Obviously, he's going to get his jersey retired in Toronto. Yes, they ended it bad, but they end up making amends. With with the Tracy McGrady situation too is another one. They made amends. Vince Carter was way bigger.
I mean, number one, on anybody who follows like dunk contests and stuff like that, Vince Carter is going to fall on their list of top 10.
Number one.
But I'm saying
NBA.
On anybody's list that watched
Right.
it, he's not going to be everybody's number one. Let's be real.
I think he should.
I'm not saying that he shouldn't, but I'm saying on a list of top 10, Vince Carter easily falls on that list. And on my list of top 5, he easily falls on that list. He made the game interesting. He was a game changer for the NBA, in my opinion. He's definitely a Hall of Famer, without a doubt.
Oh, without a doubt.
Without a doubt. I just think
Melo's a Hall of Famer.
No, Carmelo Anthony is a Hall of Famer.
So, I mean, if Melo's a Hall of Famer.
I just think that Carmelo Anthony could have done more with his career. He could have been more.
Right.
And, he's 35 now. Like, what can we do about it? But some players allow, and Allen Iverson is one of them, you allow your personal life to affect your game too much. And when that affects it only takes a short time. It could take one basketball season to ruin your entire career.
I agree.
And that's what they allowed. They allowed their personal life to mess up their careers.
I'm going to have to respond to that when you said Vince Carter didn't live up to his full potential. It's because of injuries. So just
No, I know that. Same thing with God, why does his name slip my mind every time?
Grant Hill?
No.
Grant Hill's another one.
Yeah, here's what I say. Grant Hill's another one, but freaking, what is his name? Chicago Bulls.
Chicago Bulls. Oh, Derrick Rose.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Another one that his career, take away the injuries, could have been, whoa.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, I still would want a Derrick Rose on my team, though. There's a difference, though. There's a difference. See, again, there's another one. Like, Derrick Rose wouldn't make sense for him not to be playing right now. Like, Derrick Rose, it still has a lot of game left, and people still want him. Vince Carter, he said he's still playing. He's like, I still got the juice for it. He's about to be 40.
Mm-hmm. But he's in great shape, though. If you look at him, he's in better shape than, like, Carmelo Anthony be falling off. And you could see it sometimes. Of course, like, we don't know these people personally. I don't know what's going on in your personal life. I don't know how much time you spend in the gym. I don't know. But when you're a professional athlete, especially when you're something we all can't help but to do is get older, you kind of have to stay on top of yourself. I mean, if you look at, like, Kobe Bryant and his gym regimen and how he was in the gym all the time, and when he would get injured, he was in the gym double time. He didn't sit home and wallow like, oh, my hand, my finger, my shoulder. He worked on those things. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Every day, went to physical therapy every day, would spend hours in the gym, was in there early morning. Like, when you can't watch a Kobe Bryant documentary and not feel like shit, like, I'm a piece of shit. Right. Like, I'm so lazy because you see this person and he has the money. Kobe Bryant, if he wanted to, could have retired years ago and been set for life. He's got all kinds of other stuff going on, but he didn't stop. He didn't just quit like, my finger is broke, my shoulder's messed up. Right. He didn't quit, and he kept going. He had a good career. And, I got it. Every show, I can't help it.
Oh, no, go ahead. I mean, he deserves it. He deserves it.
I'm just saying, but I use him as an example because of somebody that I followed very closely, and I can say that even when he was injured, he didn't stop doing what he did. And when I would watch like Carmelo Anthony and stuff, and Shaq's another one, like you could see how they would let themselves go, and when they're not in the gym, and you could see the effects on their body. But you look at like a LeBron James or a Kobe Bryant, they are physically sculpted in a way that you can see that they spend a lot of time working on themselves.
Yeah.
And just because they made it, they didn't just not go to the gym or not do, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like it's a constant thing. Like they keep going. So I don't know. So and Vince Carter, same thing. Like physically, he's just,
It's amazing, man.
It's crazy. Like
It's
he's
amazing,
an anomaly, you know? I don't know.
And I think he will get the farewell tour. Even though he didn't get a championship, I think Stephen A. Smith was quoting, forgive me if his quote, I'm not going to quote it exactly, but he was saying that, you have to have those type of accolades. You have to have a championship. At least like, MVP.
Dunk contest and all that other stuff.
All that stuff. And Vince don't have that championship, but Vince did more than just win a championship. He brought a whole culture, whole culture to the map. And Toronto wouldn't be Toronto if it wasn't for Vince Carter coming to that team and doing what he did, doing what he loved to do.
Remember, because of Vince Carter, everybody wanted that starter jacket.
Facts.
Everybody wanted that starter jacket.
I have a picture. I have a picture. Literally, me. It was me, Jordan, and I think Jasmine, my baby sister, was there with her best friend. Went to my mom's. At that time, she used to work for this place called Household Credits, which was like a,
That's funny. My mom worked there too.
Yeah, Household Credits, yo. And they have this annual summer thing where they bring out the bouncers. They bring out like little basketball where you can win tickets to win prizes and different things like that. It was like an annual picnic type thing, right? Mm-hmm. In the parking lot. I remember that, John, because it was in the parking lot in the back of the building and shit. And me and Jordan, I had a white one. He had the purple one, a Vince Carter jersey on the picture. Mm-hmm. And we had the headbands and all that. Like, the jersey was like 3 times my size. Like,
Vince, you did used to wear those big jerseys.
Yeah.
That like hanging down to your ankles and stuff.
It was not that bad.
Exaggerating.
No, it wasn't. Yeah, you are
exaggerating. It was pretty low. It was like
really
to, like,
low. But you can't tell.
To the top of your knee.
You couldn't tell because my jean shorts would be low. So it's like, yo, I just had big clothes in general. Like, but that was the style back then. Like, you had the socks where I used to curl up the socks and fold them to where now it don't show and it turned to low socks. I turned my high socks to low socks. I used to have I used to have the Jordans on with the short jeans, which were the faded jeans, the wash, the wash jeans. And it used to hang real low, the FUBU jeans. I used to have the FUBU jeans. I used to have, back in the jerseys. I had a throwback Lawrence Taylor jersey. Oh my God, the long chains, the bandanas. Oh, it's bad. But yeah, it was.
You used to like them sweatbands a lot.
Yeah, I loved it. And then
the wristbands.
The wristbands. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because when I used to play ball, my dumb ass used to style with them damn things and play ball in them too. It was nasty. But anyways, yeah, I was nasty. That was nasty. Now that I think about it, I didn't need to do that. I let it dry up. Be like, yo, I gotta wear this joint though tonight. It's fucking dirty. But anyways, yeah, Vince Carter was a big deal to he deserves definitely.
Yeah, I think Vince Carter is like, he's over 40. Hold on, let me check. He's like 42, maybe 42, 43.
I want to put that on the post too.
Because when he was drafted in 98. 42.
He's 42. Wow, that's amazing. Yeah, he's still doing it, man. And
he is. And like I'm saying, like physically, he does not look what we would think 42 would look like. Yeah. It's crazy.
And he still could jump and dunk too. Of course, not the young Vince, but I still say the number 1 dunk ever was the one that he dumped over that white boy in the USA. Oh, Google that. Vince Carter dunking on over somebody, USA, just USA team. That was the #1 dunk in NBA history. In a game. And I mean, people still say it to this day. That's the #1 dunk.
Oh, he dunked over that French player.
Yes.
That was in.
Yes. That was.
Can you hear that?
Slightly. Yeah. That was nasty.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That was nasty. That was nasty because right after that happened, everybody was getting his shoe because the Nike just released a shoe of Vince Carter just recently. And Nike stock went up to the roof when he dunked that because everybody thought that those shoes was going to help everybody dunk. Because they were called the Zooms, I believe. They were called the Zooms, and they had these shocks, or the Zooms or the shocks, but they had these shocks in the back of the shoe. And everybody thought like, yo, if I get these shoes, I could dunk like Vince Carter. He was a trendsetter. I'm telling you. Like Allen Iverson was a trendsetter, right? Allen Iverson brought the cornrows, he brought the baggy jeans, he brought the jewelry, he brought the street mentality, like the &1 street mentality to the NBA. It was so such a culture changer that even David Stern at that time, the commissioner, went on ahead and said everybody had to change their style of wearing because of Allen Iverson. Pre-game, post-game wear. Because of Allen Iverson and the stuff he used to wear, because it was so hip hop. It was too hip hop for.
Yeah, it was the shocks.
The shocks.
Yeah, it says that he helped to single-handedly put a different shoe with a different brand on the map.
Oh my God, bro.
The &1s. He's the Tai Chi from Upstart brand &1 was suddenly vaulted.
No, that was because of the dunking contest.
The shoe you're talking about is the Nike Shots.
Those are the Nike Shots. But the &1 ones that brought the &1 to the map was because of the dunking contest.
Right, the dunk contest. Yeah. In the 2000 Olympics.
Yes. Whew. That's why there's no ifs or buts about it. Vince Carter deserves a farewell tour, and I believe he will get it. I think the only guy without a ring to get it. I think he should. I truly think he should. So, but like with Melo, I'm sorry, bro. Yeah, that's not gonna happen for him. Some people were very optimistic and saying that he will get signed.
There are so many people who wanted his career to take off and have been faithful Carmelo Anthony fans for years, and he has nothing but disappointed them for years.
Yes.
And when I see these people, I feel so bad. I'm like, you know.
I have a few of them. Like,
yeah, me too. I was like, I feel so bad for you, but he's not gonna ever come through for you. I'm sorry, it's just not gonna happen.
No.
But anyway, I don't know. I think we milked that cow, but
yeah. So shout out to Melo though. He still is a big name. Might not be the biggest one, but he's still big. Melo, you mentioned Carmelo Anthony. He had a successful national championship with Syracuse that one year. Took him to the map. Syracuse hasn't been right ever since. So that's a big thing. The fact that, you know, he went to the Knicks, brought some light to the Knicks, at least some type of stardom, some type of spotlight to the Knicks. That was really dope, even though Jeremy Lin kind of did the same thing. And that was an undrafted guy from Harvard, I believe he was coming from. So, like, he did some things, and he was magnificent at it. Just not to the point that he deserves a farewell tour. And that's just our final take on it.
Well, number one, and I'll say this, and again, it's nothing against Carmelo Anthony. He's never been one of my favorite players, you know, but obviously he's Carmelo Anthony, so you kind of have no choice but to somewhat follow his career. But anybody that's worth a farewell tour, at the end of their career, they're not begging to get back into the NBA.
Right.
And he's kind of in the place where he's begging to get back into the NBA right now. So
yeah. Facts.
It's just that.
Yeah, it's bad. Just sign that one-day contract with the New York Knicks or the Denver Nuggets. As a matter of fact, Denver Nuggets, and just retire with peace, bro.
Well, I would say with the Nuggets, because I think that that's the team where he really did give probably his most, you know, in the career, in his whole career. I would say that's the jersey that people remember him most for.
Yeah, I agree. And I think he should have never cut his cornrows. Maybe he would have been better. But anyways, so matter of fact, let's talk about that guy real quick. LA Clippers thinking about changing their name. What do you think? What do you think their name should be?
That was new news to me when you said something to me about it. Yeah. I don't know what I think their name should be.
I think Clippers was always stupid. So I mean, there's one of the dumbest.
Well, I mean, like, what does that mean? Same thing with the Lakers. Like, what is that? Like,
yeah, you're right. No, you're right. That, you know? But due to the fact that Lakers are the most popular because of their rings, I mean, 16 championships.
Well, they can't change their name. They're the Lakers.
Yeah, exactly.
They can't. I mean, but my question is, as a Lakers fan, I always wondered what the frick is a Laker.
I don't know what a Laker is.
I googled it.
Guy Karen.
I can't remember.
I don't know.
It wasn't anything like interesting though. I think it has something to do with ships or something like that.
A ship on a Laker?
I don't know.
I don't know.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Or a ship on a lake and they call it the Lakers.
Oh, okay. This is interesting because I just said, okay, the Lakers I remember it had something to do with ships. Well, a Clipper also has something to do with ships.
Oh, get the fuck out of here.
I kid you not. That's crazy.
But why they copy? Because it's the ER at the end. Clipper, Laker.
Laker, right. So but I'm saying they both have something to do with ships.
Okay, so what is... Oh, so it's two ships?
I guess so. Okay, so a Clipper, it says a Clipper is a fast-sailing ship, especially one in the 19th century designed with a concave bow and raked masts. Okay. I don't know. Hold on. Let me see what a Laker is. Laker.
That's crazy.
A ship constructed for carrying cargo on the Great Lakes. So they both have something to do with ships. So maybe let me Google it.
Either or.
Go ahead and keep while I'm Googling.
I was thinking about the name of what the LA should be. Since they got Kawhi Leonard, what you think? LA. What you think?
Oh, the origin of the NBA, I guess because the LA Lakers. Did the Lakers originate in Minnesota?
Minnesota Lakers? That shit is ugly if it was Minnesota.
Right.
No, it had to be a different name.
They said given that Minnesota is the land of 1,000 lakes, they settled on the Lakers. When the Lakers moved to Los Angeles, they started in Minnesota.
Oh,
before the 1960 season, their name was retained. So they were given the name because of the Great Lake.
Oh.
Look at that.
That's a fun fact.
Fun facts.
So the whole time you've been fans of Minnesota too. You don't even know it.
Okay.
You're a Timberwolf. But anyways, you are a Timberwolf. So what you think about my name, yo? You didn't even hear it. I'm thinking LA. Get it? Kawhi Leonard laugh.
I get it.
No, you don't like it.
I don't like it. No.
I'm thinking about like every time they announce it, they just play his laugh.
That is not funny. That would be so annoying.
Oh my god.
I don't know. I think they should just leave it.
Yeah,
I think they should leave it now that I know the background of the two names.
LA Step Brothers.
So I would think. I was thinking like opposite of a Laker, but I didn't know what a Laker was. But even now that I know what a Laker is, there is no opposite of that, right?
There isn't.
So I don't know. I
Still,
have nothing,
still a Minnesota fan.
I guess.
Wow.
It was before my time, before 1960. That's a long time ago.
That is a very long time ago. And my dad
Like
was
60 years ago.
damn. My dad was 10 years old. Oh,
Your dad was 10?
yeah.
Your dad was born in 1950?
Yup.
Dang, Pops is old.
Yup.
I didn't know
Facts.
your dad was that old.
Facts. That's why he repeats himself so much. I love him, but he repeats himself. And then he calls LeBron Lamar. I'm like, Dad, it's LeBron. Yo, I see Lamar. I'm like, yo, what the fuck, man? He be pissing me off when he does that, yo. Like, I mean, it really does. Like, he just be like saying some stuff, and I'd be like, he be struggling about sports. It's all right.
See, I just don't think it's a good time to rebrand the team. It's too late.
Yeah, it is. It's way
It's
too
like-
late. But why do
especially-
that? Why do that? Because two star players came to your team? Like
Yeah,
that's
I don't know. I mean, I don't get the
it's a
whole
weird
purpose of
timing.
renaming the team in general. Like, are they just bored with the Clippers? Like, I don't know.
but the timing is bad. They could have
That's what
done
the
that
timing
last
is
year.
bad. If they would have did that when
Last
nothing
year.
was going on, then that's one thing. But now you got everybody excited for basketball season. Like, some of us is like in our seats like this,
Yeah.
just can't wait.
Yeah.
We got a whole, football, and I'm still excited for football. I ain't gonna lie, but I'm like excited to get started with this new basketball season, being all the changes that was made in the NBA. Like, I still think, obviously, we're still, as most of the time, we're just interested to see what's going to happen on the West Coast.
Right. Exactly. Exactly.
The NBA's been like that for a really long time.
It has. It has. So it's just great to split it the way it did. All right, so we haven't really came up with any. I came up with a few, but
Yeah, maybe I would have needed more time to think about it, but I just think it's not. I think the timing of it all is bad, and I really kind of hope that they don't do it,
no,
because it just doesn't make any sense to do that right now.
it doesn't make sense.
Especially now that you have all that talent and they have a chance to actually really do something.
Yeah,
Just leave it alone.
yeah, just stop, just stop.
I think
All right,
they don't need any more attention. Maybe they're trying to get some more attention. I don't know.
yeah, I don't know either. How you feel about LeBron dunking in his son's practice? You seen
I
that?
think it's cool.
You think it's cool? No problems, no issues because he's dunking in his son's practice.
What's wrong with that, though?
Yeah, well, everybody thinks there's something wrong with that. I think
Everybody
he's
thinks there's
trying
something
to
wrong
take
with
it.
everything except for what Trump does.
Right.
Nobody wants to talk about that.
Yeah, I mean, no, well, no, people, yeah, people trying to ignore it. It's the other side. It's just the fact that you have these, these people that had nothing else to do. Like they have to. I think they get paid to talk bad about LeBron. You know what I'm saying? So like, they question him, and one person, which I can't think of his name, but I really respect because he's been a sports analyst for a very long time. He said something really, really dope. He was like, everybody seemed to get paid to talk bad about LeBron. It really does seem that way. He was like, yes, I do criticize him for certain things that he do on the court. But off the court, I don't see any problems with what he does. I think he's a fantastic person from what I see. He does the school, he does the public school and all that. And now people are leading into that has nothing to do with sports, talking about him outside. He was like, guess what, guys? He's there. He's a father, and guess what? He's there. You have fathers that's not even there for their kids.
He's there and he's active. He shows up. He's got control over his career to where he can be there for his son. See, we were talking about Carmelo Anthony too.
Oh.
Same thing with him, with his son, being there for his son, playing basketball with his son and whatnot. I think that kind of stuff is good because these dudes have every excuse in the world not to be there with their careers being what they are. But they are there. When you have so many regular men that can't get off the couch or can't stop playing their game or can't stop doing whatever they're doing or I gotta go to work or this and this and that and whatever and you see so many moms out here doing everything.
Right. And this brings another question. this brings another question to you. Would we still be considering, because if you look at it right now, not only are we televising or we becoming very big time critics to players on the court, but we now be becoming critics and criticizing players off the court as well. They don't even have a private life. They get it recorded outside, like paparazzi, like with these actors and stuff like that. They get recorded outside of basketball. They can't even live a separate life. Their contract is to play on the court, not what's going on outside. These actors are different. Actors act, right? They do their job on the movie scenes, but they also have to promote their movies. So they outside of their movies doing promotion. So they're going to get criticized for little things that they do outside of it, and that comes with the play. That's just it. Period. Right. Yes, it's not in their contract either, but due to the fact that they do have to promote, do different things like that for their movies, they bring attention to their personal life as well, because they choose to get onto the Instagram media and all that stuff. These sports players do too as well. They go on Twitter and all this, but they having fun, they enjoying. But there's others I can't speak for. They choose to want to get into that because their brand ain't that big. But one more thing. Would it be the same? Will we still consider Jordan? I'm going to take it there. Would they still consider Jordan such high regards? Because I'm a big Jordan fan, and I'm going to take it there. Magic. Well, I want to say Magic because Magic got some ridicule because of that whole HIV situation. But I take it another guy, Clyde Drexler. Even though he wasn't a big name, you don't hear anything outside besides the fact he was Clyde the Glide. He was known to be that guy, right? Would he still be considered a big-time name if he would have been recorded outside of the court? The same way these young guys are getting recorded outside of the court.
The thing about it is that the way that stars and athletes and stuff are ridiculed these days, that wasn't really people. Even if people did, it wasn't as quickly spread. You know what I'm saying? Like, it takes only seconds to spread a rumor these days.
Right.
It does. I mean, it takes only seconds. It doesn't even take a full minute to upload a video. Oh, I just saw such and such do this. You upload it, it immediately catches attention because of who it is. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Hashtag LeBron James. Oh my gosh, now this is viral. You know what I'm saying? I think it's just a different time. And it's unfortunate because, you know, they're not doing anything wrong. They're just living their lives. And, right. You know, I wouldn't say me per se, but people come in and think that they can have an opinion. And sometimes it's a lot easier for people to point out other people's flaws.
Right.
Especially or try to get attention on somebody else's back. I don't know, this whole thing with the LeBron thing, like, you would think that they use words like vicious, dunk, etc., blah, blah, blah. I mean, LeBron's a big ass dude. Yes. If he dunks on a high school, you know, it's not, you know, like the NBA court, you know, if he dunks on a high school rim, it's gonna look pretty vicious.
Yeah, and it's a smaller place too, by the way. Like, you thinking.
That's what I'm saying. A high school rim right. versus the NBA rim, it's the courts it's just not the same effect. It's just not. It's gonna look different, you know. So if it looks pretty vicious on a big ass NBA court, on a high school level, it's gonna be like extra big. You know what I'm saying? Then I don't know. I just think it's good for people that are big like LeBron. You know, he doesn't sit over quietly with this big entourage. Right. He's actively involved. You know, so what if he goes out there shooting the ball a little bit, dunking the ball? Is he not supposed to dunk the ball because he's LeBron James? Like, I don't understand the whole problem with the whole thing. It's like, I'm out here playing ball with my son. I'm out here dribbling the ball with the boys. This is something that these boys will always remember, that LeBron James was actively involved with Bronny's game. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, this is a good thing. This is a good thing. This is a good example of how, athletes should be with their kids. But
And
then
not
somehow we
only
turn that around to be bad and we say vicious dunk. Like, vicious? Really?
no,
Like,
and not only Bronny, but other players on that court too. These young players,
that's what I'm saying. That will always be something they'll never forget. That they got to shoot the ball around and dunk the basketball with LeBron James. Like, that's huge.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, I'm a grown ass woman. I told my because I used to meet people all the time, and one person that I hate that I never met is Kobe, and I said, listen, I'm gonna lose my job if Kobe ever comes in. I'm gonna lose my job. Like, I mean, it's just cool. Like, this is normal for them to shoot the ball with LeBron James. Like, that's huge. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
it's huge.
I don't know. It's a good thing. I don't know why we turn it into a bad thing, but okay.
I agree with you 110%. I think it was just ridiculous how people. It's just, I think people really do get paid, like a Skip Bayless, like a Jason Whitlock. These guys do get paid to hate on LeBron, and I mean, it literally trips me out of their nonsense. Even Jason Whitlock got Donkey of the Day from Charlamagne because of his comments towards the fact of him dunking. Like, he's taking his sunshine away from him. I'm like, bro, I just, it's certain things that I could ignore, right? Because I'm used to being a team LeBron, like how you a team Kobe. I get used to people hating on LeBron every single time. I get tagged on it. I even told Fuego, stop tagging me with these people. Because I'm like, yo, stop tagging me, because these people sound like, if they listen or just write what they said, they sound really dumb. They sound really, really dumb, and they don't know basketball. They don't know the sport. See, I'm a true fanatic. Like, I really read into these things. I do my research, just like all of us do. Like, we do our research. We're not gonna step into a gunfight with a knife. We just not gonna do it. I want to make sure that I'm gonna win this fight before I go any further. If I do, hey, I'm not even gonna start it. You got it. You feel me? Like, I know, like you said, Braun is at the end of his years. I agree. And that's hard for me to say, because I'm like, I've been so used to Braun playing at a certain level. When I see an open lane, I'm like, why are you not getting there faster, sir? Like, I'm used to seeing you get there faster, sir. Like, I'm used to you. Why are you doing a layup? Like, you dunk. You don't lay up.
I went through the same transition with Kobe. I really did.
And it was that. Now I'm starting to get it. Like, okay, he is 34, and to that, it's like being 54 in the NBA. So it's just like, okay, but LeBron still has such a. And I think his way of doing that was not only for the kids, but it was also for to show everybody, hey, I'm still here. And I that's what I love about Braun, man. Not that he's showing out. It's just he's letting people know, look, you don't want to forget. Don't forget. You know what I'm saying? Do not forget that I am in my full potential. I am here, and I'm making moves going the direction I need to go. And we're going to take the Lakers to where they used to be, that they need to be, that they are coming to be, and that's to be on the top. And I salute that. So that's it. But I accepted it. I know Braun is on his way down, but for him to be 34 years old and still getting 27, 8, and 9, I'm not mad at it. But whatever. All right, so we're going to get into it. Next we're going to get into is, I think it's going to be the man cave, because we got into enough. And I'm not gonna talk about David Griffin and what he said about Braun. I'm not gonna do it. And I was disappointed at him too, whatever, but I don't know him like that. It's not like I know him personally, but I was disappointed at what he said. That he doesn't have that animal in him. But Braun is all motivation. It's all motivation. All right, so we're gonna get into
I've said that about LeBron so many times.
Oh yeah, sure.
Because I know you don't agree with it, but it's true. And I'm not gonna say that he doesn't.
He never had.
Let me say it.
Go ahead.
Let me say it.
Because
I'm
we
not
get
gonna
into
say,
this conversation all the time, and I always tell you
I know,
there's a
because
difference
I'm not gonna say
between
that
Kobe
doesn't
Bryant, Jordan
but I'm not gonna
versus
bring up
LeBron.
Kobe. I'm specifically talking about LeBron right now. But because of the Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant experience,
Okay.
I do not believe that LeBron has that animal instinct. Well, I'm not gonna say he doesn't have it. He just does not let unleash it a lot,
Okay.
or when he should do it.
Okay.
He's too lax sometimes.
Okay. I
So
agree.
I'll say that.
No, he lets the game flow to him, and there's a different game. There's different games to a Kobe and Jordan, because when we think and Bron, when we think Kobe Jordan, we think in the same person. We talked about this. That's the same person. That's a duplicate.
It's not the same person.
It's the same person. Just because one says Kobe Bryant and one says Michael Jordan, they both had the same game. They both had the same mentality. One is the Black Mamba. He calls himself the Black Mamba for a reason. He has a killer instinct. Michael Jordan has a killer instinct. Jordan sticks his tongue out. Kobe sticks his tongue out. Jordan fades away. Kobe fades away.
That.
Okay, I'm done. I'm done.
That mental aspect, you can't fake. So no matter how much you may have mastered someone else's game, and though he mastered Michael Jordan's game, Kobe still did have his own game.
I'm not hating on it though.
Okay, because I just want to be clear.
I did. In the past, I did. I hated Kobe in the past. I enjoy Kobe now. I love it because you appreciate people when they're gone. No, you appreciate when they're gone. Okay, you appreciate it because it's like, damn, I miss that. I miss Kobe, the attack Kobe, the take it to the hole. Don't care if there's five guys.
Interesting.
Yeah, don't care if there's five guys guarding me and I have four other guys open. I'm gonna take this shot. I love that Kobe. I enjoy that.
It's just crazy.
Killer
and then he takes it, and then he makes it, and he makes it.
It's crazy. It's crazy from the directions he makes it.
Just saying, And I don't know. I miss that.
And I do too. I truly do. And yes, the competitive side of it was like, damn, I'm glad he gone because it's like a Tom Brady. Okay, it's like a Tom Brady. I put Tom Brady and Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan in the same class. Okay, I do. I truly do. I respect them that much.
Curry.
No, I respect them that much. No, I wouldn't put Steph just yet.
Well, I'm talking about from a standpoint that you get sick and tired of seeing the same people win.
Well, he got 3, and consistently.
Now, yeah.
Consistently.
Okay.
And that era is over. So at the end of the day, like,
I will agree with you there.
It's over. So I don't care. Like everybody can fight it, and I respect the fact, they still the Warriors, I respect that they dare, but I think that era is over. Their crutch, Kevin Durant, is gone. That was their crutch. That's what took them over the hump to beat LeBron in the first place. They had to go get KD. Now, look, when they first got, and I didn't want to get into this, but when they first came into the scene, people never seen this before. 2 3-point shooters that could shoot from any angle, from any direction, from in back of the head, and they could make it.
How do you stop it?
How you stop it when it's brand new? You don't know. It's brand new. So they got 2 consecutive, like, they won, right? They won. They lost. And then they won. And they won again. So with that being said, they came brand new. They came brand new. They won.
Team that ever did that before, but I guess from a consistent standpoint, maybe so.
From who?
Consistently.
Who?
The Lakers had a time where they had more than one player that shoot outside the 3-point
line. Oh yeah. But my thing is, they not like that. There was no shooters like them. There's
not like
no
them.
shooters like Clay.
Not consistently, like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because Derek Fisher was clutch.
Derek Fisher's was clutch. As a matter of fact, I still remember that 0.9, and he shot that joint against the Spurs, I believe, and he just flinged it up there. But Derek Fisher got his ass whipped by Mark Barnes, but that don't have nothing to do with anything.
What I was about to say, what does that have to do with anything?
He got. There's rumored that he went all through his house beating his ass. I'm just saying. Derek Fisher got his ass whooped by Matt Barnes. Yo,
Why though? Matt is such a small dude. Like
Matt Barnes?
He's tall, but he's not like big.
He's still an athlete.
Yeah,
Yo,
but I'm saying he ain't like big.
Hey,
He's kind of scrawny looking.
Big punch. Hey, big punches could come from a small package, dog.
Shorter than him, but Derek is like
little,
you know.
No, but he ain't like that no more. He more like chunky, Derek. Okay.
Mommy, yeah, he's in a different part of life.
And he has that.
Like
Matt Barnes had a long reach.
But Matt Barnes is like you. Like you could eat 1,000 things and not really gain any weight.
But big things come in small packages. That's all I'm saying. So at the end of the day, Matt Barnes had his ass all over the house, in his house too, by the way, that he purchased. Yeah. So he whooped his ass in his house that he was just visiting. Imagine that. You come into your house that you visiting, whooping his ass in his house. Yo, that's crazy. All right, fun fact. Listen to Jermaine Dupri, right? Going off topic a little bit. Was listening to Jermaine Dupri. Jermaine Dupri was talking about his documentary that just came out actually last month, last month, of the So Def reunion. I think it's been 25 years, if not longer than that, 30 years, something crazy. But anyways, he was talking about the documentary and how he started, whatever. It's only an hour, so it's not. I think it's been a long time. It might be longer than that. An anniversary documentary that started. But he talks about it within an hour. So obviously he doesn't get into big things. He talks about Criss Cross. He talks about Bow Wow. He talks about Escape. He talks about all these people that he worked with, people he brought to LA, to Atlanta, like different things like that. But this was really fun when I heard this. TLC, I did not know this. TLC wasn't there. Left Eye wasn't an original member of TLC. Oh, no. Excuse me. Chili wasn't an original member.
Chili was not.
I did not know that.
I did know that. I did. I knew that.
I did not know that. That mind blowing. And then another part, it was this girl named Christina or Christy. That was the original C.
I knew that
for
Chili
TLC.
Was not the original.
I did not know.
And TLC though. Which
was dope because he actually was gonna sign TLC, but I think TLC, I guess they went too fast and they ended up going to LaFace Records. I think it was.
It wasn't a reunion tour. It was just a
documentary. No, not a reunion
but
tour.
It was an anniversary.
Right.
It's 25 years because they started in '93.
Okay, that's what it is.
I was gonna say like, they haven't been not. I was gonna say because back when I was partying, it was so Def everything.
Yeah, I know.
I ain't that old.
So and he says some crazy monumental comments, like not monumental comments, but he says some crazy comments that he was more what'd he say? He was more what's the word when they more amplified than the other? Damn, I can't think of a word. I'm losing my thought. But he said he was more important to Atlanta. I just say that. More important to Atlanta than Outkast. And then when I heard why he said that, it's because Outkast almost signed with JD. That was another fun fact. He almost signed to JD. But they were calling him, the managers were calling him, but he wasn't picking up the phone or something. I pumped gas
next to him one time in Atlanta.
JD?
Yeah, because I was literally like pumping gas and he like pulls up next to me.
Oh, that's dope.
I was like, this is really cool.
Yeah, super short. I know you were talking to him like, hey, how you doing?
Yeah, he is tiny. He's a short guy.
Super short. One more fun fact. I did not know T-Boz, when she sung, she was mimicking JD. She
didn't know that either.
What it was that T-Boz was how you call it, when she sung originally, it wasn't the greatest. But when JD was writing, because he wrote a lot of songs, a lot of songs for a lot of big people. He was writing a song with TLC, and the way JD was singing it, and then she would mimic JD. And he was
Yeah, I
like,
never heard that before.
he was like, damn, that sounds really good. And he was like, you should do your voice like that. And that's how she was mimicking him.
I waited on her before, and I bought shoes next to her before
Mm,
at Foot Locker.
yeah, Chili is. I mean,
Not
T-Boz
Chili,
is.
but I know Chili
T-Boz.
too, actually.
Yeah, Chili would get it back in the past. I'm just saying.
She still looks that way.
Excuse me. Wait, hold
She
up.
still looks the same.
She's what?
Like, she still looks the same.
I know. She's amazing.
She didn't used to live very far from me, but I had waited on her a few times at Cheesecake Factory. She used to come in there. She was a regular. Her and her son would come in there. She was really, really nice and down to earth. And then come to find out, she actually lived like in the same vicinity as me, like in the same neighborhood, because she used to shop at the same grocery store as me at Kroger and everything. And so one time, my brother and sister had come out to Atlanta to see me, right?
Right.
And it was so funny. My brother had seen Chili because we were at the grocery store, and we were about to leave, and she was getting out of her car. She had like a blue SUV, some type of blue SUV at the time, and she was going to the store, and my brother yells out the window, he's like, Chili! And I was like, you're embarrassing. Like, it was so funny.
Oh man.
Yeah, but she's beautiful, and she's such a sweet person too.
Yeah, she seemed.
That's
like
why when I saw like her and, like Floyd Mayweather like on that reality TV show, that they were like whatever they were doing,
Yeah, no.
I was like,
Yeah, I didn't rock with that.
that's not a good fit. Like,
That
he's
is
an asshole.
no. Yeah, he is, and he's from what I heard, I ain't gonna put that out there. But anyways,
But like they were close, like they were friends,
right.
and it seemed like unlikely friends because she's so nice. He's such a dick.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's another subject.
Yeah. All right, so we're gonna get into this man cave, yo. We spend a lot already on Mellow joint. Hold up. What's the man cave? Go ahead and say it. You started off. What's the man cave?